Hello, everybody. How's it going today on wonderful Wednesday? Well, we've got some more good messages today, some deep messages today. I did a nice meditation, my midnight meditation, and we got some good cards. So let's get right into this. Now, the first card that we got was the Seven, the Sage. And knowledge in all its forms aids the decisions making process. It makes our choices clearer. Do you have faith in the ability of humanity to continue to grow and learn? If we look back at the past, we can see that we have grown as a race. Outdated and false beliefs have been cast aside. A human understanding increases and our knowledge grows. However, we must also accept that much of what we know now will be deemed inaccurate or false in the future. That is the way of knowledge. It evolves and changes as we do. Much of what we have now in the present was once believed to be improbable or impossible in the past. All of our technology advancements were once the stuff of fantasies and imagination. We as a race continue to grow and evolve because people challenge, question, and defy those who have told them that their actions are foolish or flawed. They have studied, researched, investigated, debunked, and invented, and in doing so, have moved us to the knowledge we have at this point in time. In 200 years, will people look back and shake their heads over our barbarianism and ignorance, or will they see the history that we created in a positive light? We in the present have so much to be proud of, but we have just as much that we should be ashamed of. What stories will the sage of the future tell us? Will they tell a tale that will make others weep over the traditions and cultures that have been lost to political correctness, globalization, and multiculturalism? Will they scorn us because we have created a damaged and polluted world that is made hostile to human growth and development? Will they look back with pride, or will the sage of the future be silent because we of the present sowed the seeds of our destruction? Wow, that is so much of the Great Awakening. And that is so much of what we're going through. That message is very important right now. And we should look at that. The sage of every generation speaks of humanity, history, and how it shapes our present and future. In the future, will they continue to rejoice in our ability to learn and evolve and adapt? Or will they be too busy rebel rebelling against the limits and restrictions we have imposed upon ourselves in the present in order to create a normal, compliant consistency where chaos is no longer the natural state? Will the future be a place where everyone is the same and those who are not made the same by pharmacological pharma, pharmacology means a place where thought and knowledge and the information shared are controlled, even more so than they are now. When the sage appears in this position, he represents the importance of learning and cherishing the knowledge of your family line and the history of your people. If you do not understand, ask. If you do not know, learn. If you do know, share. Celebrate the role of the sage and offer your knowledge. Tell your stories for no other reason except that knowing where we come from and what we have endured improves us and enables us to live a mindful, aware life that creates a better future for all. He also represents living in a manner that you know will make your grandchildren and their grandchildren look back with pride. Wow, because this card and that meaning of this card and what the cards are going to be telling us are all going to tie in with that first card and the sage. And Yeah, because we are in the Great Awakening. And the Queen of Ocean came out with the Sage, which is the three, and it's abundance. At time to grow and evolve, enjoy the invest time in your relationship, your home, your spiritual practice, and new creative projects. What Thoth and the Emerald Tablets and the Halls of Manetti and the learning that we have been doing is telling us that we are the storytellers. We are the future storytellers. We are the future creators. And what we create is what is going to come into our future. What do we want? Where are we putting most of our time and energy? Is it manifesting beauty in the world? Is it doing something for the world, for you, for your family, for your neighbors, for everyone, the whole collective? That's what we really have to look at. And that's what these cards are telling us. That was a great, important uh, message, because this is also an interesting message that came out after that. And this is the practical magic. And I kind of wondered why it came out. And I'm kind of feeling when I look at this card, it's a number 22. And it says, honor your grief, my lost love. And it shows a spirit, a spirit in the background. And there's a statue of someone holding this book. And this is going to be interesting because I have this feeling this card is more than what we're thinking just by visioning it. Losing a loved one or a part of yourself or your future will fundamentally change you, but eventually there will be healing, rebirth, and hope for a way forward. Grief is heartbreaking and all consuming. It can feel as though oh, it will choke you, drown you, and or burn you to ashes. The sorrow is intense, personal, and can seem as though it will never end. Grief never ends, but it will change. Over time, it will become a place where you go, but can return from. You don't get over the pain of grief, and you probably don't want to, but you can grow a new life, a new self around what is left, around the loss. Grief is the price of deep and immense love. And so the anguish is worth it because it shows just how strong and precious the love was, how deeply you loved and were loved, and the memory of that love will help you to survive the pain of its loss. The raw and jagged wounds of grief will start to heal with time, but the scars will remain, and that's a good thing. They are a badge of belonging, an honoring of what you felt and did and became. Your loss will be a part of who you are, and so the person you lost will always be with you. Wow, that is a great message for that, because grief is really hard, whether it's walking through the dark night of the soul and watching yourself die, to be reborn, or watching someone you love pass away, or losing something you love. It's just everything about it is heart wrenching. When you draw this card, it's a message to be aware of something you are grieving. Perhaps it's the anniversary of the death of someone close to you, or their loss is hitting you particularly hard today. Maybe your relationship has ended, or you've realized that something you desperately wanted will never come to pass. An opportunity may be lost, or your faith in something or someone may have been destroyed. This card is also a gentle reminder to reach out to others when you are suffering loss, change, pain, or loneliness. There are people who want to help you, but many don't know what to say or how to approach you. Tell them what you need, ask for support, suggest some practical way that they can contribute. Allow them to share your burden, lean on them, and offer your own compassion to others. It can be difficult to know how to act around someone who's grieving. Some people withdraw altogether because they feel inadequate or are scared they'll say or do the wrong thing. But disappearing in the face of someone's pain and doing nothing is worse than any clumsy effort. If you're not sure what to do around someone who's suffering, reach out to them and ask. Sometimes just having someone to sit with in silence is enough. Just be rather than do. After losing someone or something, life will continue, but it's a new life, a different life, an existence informed and shaped by what you no longer have. Mourn your loss, rage and ache at the injustice of it, then allow time to soften the pain and teach you how to live with it. Know that your beautiful memories of your loved one will keep them alive for you. They are gone from your physical world, but will reside in your heart, woven into the fabric of your being by all the treasured moments you shared. Joyful recall how much a part of your life they were and how deeply they influenced you. Those we love change us in a big way and small ways, and they'll live on in the person you became because of them. No matter who else you love and what else you become, the people you cherish will always be a part of you. It's a sorrowful yet beautiful aspect of being human. With grief, there is no quick relief, no instant spell of healing or forgetting. It's a process everyone goes through and it never completely ends. The pain will be with you forever. Losing someone or some part of yourself or your planned future is heartbreaking. You will feel tender and vulnerable, sad and raw. Yet when your heart breaks, it breaks open. And in time, the light will make its way in through the cracks. In this broken place, you'll find strength. Eventually, you will start to feel the beauty surrounding you again, and you will tentatively open up to the love that still exists in your life and the hope that is both your bright birthright and such a precious part of living in this big, beautiful world amongst its swirling sea of humanity. Wow. That that was a beautiful card. And that I think a lot of us need to hear because uh, this reading was deep, and the reading yesterday was deep. And I can feel the energies out there that people around the holidays are feeling. I can feel the happy, I can feel the joy, and I can also feel the hardness of it, the heartache, the feeling of it, because we just got some really raw cards today. This card is the Five of Air, and this came out next. And it's a conflict between realities and belief, a time to be honest, letting go of illusion and pretense, face a painful reality. You're not alone. Um, the conflict between the real and the illusion. This card is very important right now in our world because there is the reality of real and there is the illusion that we have learned and indoctrinated ourselves into over the years. The Five of Air represents a conflict between what is real and what is believed. It addresses the need for honesty and the courage to let go of a self-deception that is being held onto in order to hide and protect from a painful reality. A painful reality may be one that we choose to deny, but even so, it influence can still create dissonance in our lives and work in a corrosive manner that gives rise to conflicted thoughts and desires to avoid and procrastinate and eventually self-sabotage of our creative endeavors. It can also manifest in a desire to withdraw and separate ourselves from those who love us. Um, there's some really heavy energy right now, and the cards are telling us that. As with all of the fives, it offers a second challenging message regarding the choice to wear a mask, whether it be a personal message or pertaining to someone close by. And the five of air is advising you to be cautious with yourself, a situation, or another person. The truth will always out. So it is better not to embellish or fabricate. Even if you only weave little lies in order to fit in with the crowd and belong, if you are wearing a mask, put it aside and reveal your true self. Don't be afraid of rejection. Yes, you might lose a few people by revealing the truth, but you will also draw to you those who admire your honesty and authenticity, who like you for who you are. If the role if this role is another who lies, then in the situation it might pay to show empathy and compassion. When the mask slips, try not to judge too harshly or condemn. Embrace them, forgive them. Doing so will give them confidence and may help them to keep the mask off instead of putting it back on. Um, this is telling us, this card right here is she took the mask off, but she still has the blindfold on. We have to be careful right now with masks and who we are portraying we really are when we are not, and what we are saying to people that we don't feel, but we're just saying it because that's what they want to hear. That may not be what you want to say, but that's what they want to hear. So you're going to say it. Don't do that. Take the mask off and take the blindfold off and dig deep into reality, and you will see the truth and the illusion will fade away. And I really feel that that card is somewhat saying that. Because the other card that we got with that was competition, the Five of Wands. It's another five. And the right page. Become the observer. You'll soon know who needs your help. However, try not to heal everybody. Focus on yourself too. Yes, because if you take the mask off, but you don't remove the blindfold, you can't be the observer. You have to see right now, she's got the mask off, she's holding it, but she doesn't know where she's going and she can't see what's coming towards her. So that's kind of what I'm feeling about that message right there. Because the next card we got was a number 20, express your heart, the story keeper again. And the sage is all about the story. And what story are we going to be able to look back on in the future that we told and we did? And this is telling us, see, we got this the other day. This is an amazing card. And it's amazing we got it again. I thought, wow, we're getting it twice, because it's trying to tell us that we have the power, we have the book, we're doing the writing. It's our story. She's got everything lit up around her and the darkness is around her, but she's telling her story and she's not worried about it. What do you believe? Which values mean the most to you? And who are you really when you throw off everyone else's perception of you? You know, we need to think about what Thoth is trying to teach us. It's like the Shambhala, when they go searching, we're searching for all these answers and all these that are going to answer all of our questions. But we're there already if we let ourselves be there, if we realize that everything that we are thinking, feeling, and doing is what we are creating. So that is the story that we're creating. So if you look at, say, a community and each person is creating a better story for themselves, then yes, sooner or later, you will all get to that place. You will be the storyteller of the future. So each Okay, we'll say each house in a community is a page. Okay, that's a story. And each, or let's say a chapter, and that each chapter has a story. And each little story, we're a collective. So our stories are kind of entwined in that community. So it's interesting how we are going to rewrite the future and how we are going to change where we live and how we do things. Because we just came out of 100 years of nightmares. It's natural to show many faces depending on the situation you're in and the person you're with. And it's easy to get lost in the way others see you. The parrot back, the ideas and viewpoints you grew up with, or the ones you're surrounded by now, rather than examining how you actually feel about things. What really matters to you, not based on your childhood fears and ideas or the morals and beliefs of your family, school, or church that you absorbed, but after everything you've learned and been through in this moment. No one else on earth has the exact same history and experience as you. So trust yourself to know what's best for you and know your mind and heart. This card is asking you how honest you've been lately with yourself and with the world. It's challenging you to go within so you are certain that what you say and do is a true expression of your soul. Are you holding back from speaking your truth so you don't offend someone, or too shy to tell people how you really feel? Are you swallowing down your discomfort with a situation just to keep the peace? Or have you let someone's misperceptions of you slide for so long that you feel trapped by the way they see you and are worried it's too late to speak up? Have you forgotten to check in with yourself, although and are no longer sure how you feel about a lot of things? It can sometimes be easier to keep things superficial, to not engage with any issues or look beneath the surface, and to become disconnected from yourself and the things that matter to you. Yet expressing the feelings at the core of your being can heal your heart. It can help you let go of the past pain, forgive yourself and others for inflicting hurt, and move forward with joy and confidence, free of resentment and regret. Are you blindly following some guru, teacher, friend, or public figure without interrogating what they claim and the motives behind their beliefs? Have you sacrificed your own voice without realizing it? If so, it's time to reclaim it, because without your voice and your heart, who are you? Have faith in your truths and your right to speak them and express them in the way that feels right to you. Communicate on paper, in speech, through movement or song, or take action to show your heart. Compose letters and poetry or spells. Writing or telling your story can help you heal by showing you things about yourself, revealing how you've grown, and reinforce what is most important to you. It may also heal and inspire others. You have no idea what kind of impact you could have on the world by expressing your heart, living your truth, and shining your light. It will remind you of your inner strength and courage and provide clarity and content. Sharing your story encourages you to consider your actions and beliefs, discover what you already know, reevaluate your life, and find a harmonious way to deal with the issues you're facing now. Right from your heart. Yeah, that is the second time we've got the storyteller, and that is true because we are telling the story. We are telling our story. Our story is unique. It is no one else's story. So I completely 100% agree with that card. And the last card that we got in these decks was the 16, which is the 7, the King of Fire. The King of Fire, grounded and focused with passion, more idea person. He remains involved in start to finish. The King of Fire speaks of the consequences of arrogance, aggressiveness, and an explosive temper. It symbolizes a leader who has forgotten that in order to lead, one must have followers. And if one treats them harshly, they will find someone else to follow. They will act to replace their king. When this card appears, remember to keep your temper in check. Think before you speak and act. And if you are feeling challenged and close to losing your cool, then step back and give yourself time to calm down. Also, be sure to avoid bullying and intimidating people in order to get things accomplished. It will only serve to put people off side and sabotage any chance of success. Don't get caught up in the glory that comes with success. Don't place yourself upon a pedestal and expect to be worshiped, for there will always be someone who is willing to push you from your pedestal and your position. Yeah. People get sick of that kind of crap and they don't want to deal with it. After a while, the pedestal just rots and people go away, and then you have nobody. Um, we've got a few other cards that come out with the tarot, and the one with the, which is interesting with this one, we got this one with self-expression, and it had the mask. So that was telling us to take the mask off. And this one is about aggressive and bad behavior. And with that, we got the tower, which is the number 16, which is also a 7. And that's destruction. Surrender to the universe, give up control, and begin to construct a new way of working. Thinking, related, or living, you now have the freedom to start over and strong foundation on which to rebuild whatever has fallen. This is a breakdown and endings, a chaos, a surrender, a breakthrough, beginnings, and enlightenment card. And people that are angry is what this card is saying, and their temper. It's going to come to a destructive halt. They're going to have a tower moment, and it's not going to be good. And that is what this is telling us. And I think that we are going to see a lot of that in this world because people are sick of the shit. Period. I'm going to put it bluntly. They're sick of it. They've had enough. They want peace and harmony in their world, and they don't want temper and aggravation. And the other card that came out was actually a number 18, which is a 9, the moon, and it's illusion. And I just talked about illusion. And give yourself time to work out the best way forward. Your intuition holds the answers. Pay attention to its messages through feelings and dreams rather than rely on a logical approach to a problem. The unconscious doubt, decisions, dilemmas, sadness, and the past fear. We have to break the illusion of what we're thinking of, the fear and the emotion and the sabotage and everything that comes along with living in the 3D world. We have to be careful with it and we have to back off of it. The last card we got was the 6 of Cups, and it's reflection. Enjoy reconnecting with the happiest aspects of your past, which energizes, entertains, and inspires you for the future. Friendship, visitors, happiness, comfort, childhood memories, protection, play. Yeah, we don't want the temper crap. We don't want the aggravation. We want the Shambhala, the peace, the love, the comfort. And that's what that was telling us. So now we have the angels and ancestors wanted to come out and play. And this was a really interesting card. And I did my thing too when I first started shuffling it come out. So I put it back and started shuffling again and it popped back out. So guess what? The hunter, track down your fears and desires, needs to come out. Look at him. He's pretty cool. Track down all of your fearful thoughts and feelings. When you find them, you will find your desires too. The Hunter card is based on my favorite Celtic teacher, Cernunnos. He is the stag teacher of the wild and represents both the hunted and the hunter. Similar, the hunter helps you connect with an energy that is both fearful and fearless. Your fears are the only things that are standing between you and what you desire at this time. So you have to come face to face with them. And the hunter does with wild animals and goes beyond them. Instead of being hunted down by your fears or other feelings that you have buried, become the hunter. You are being given confidence and strength at this time. So use your power to make a difference. You are not here to cower away or live in the shadows. You are here to realize your fullest potential. But this can only occur when you step up and do what needs to be done. When this card arises, there could be an opportunity to face an aspect of your past or bring closure to a situation that has been haunting you. Okay, I had to take that call. So, where were we? Your fears are the only thing that are standing between you and what you desire at this time. So, you have to come face to face with them as the hunter does with wild animals and go beyond them. Instead of being hunted down by your fears or other feelings that you have buried, become the hunter. You are being given confidence and strength at this time. So use your power to make a difference. You are not here to cower away or live in the shadows. You are here to realize the fullest potential. But this can only occur when you step up and do what needs to be done. When this card arises, there could be an opportunity to face an aspect of your past or bring closure to a situation that has been haunting you. If you are a man or identify as male, this card represents your masculinity and an opportunity to know yourself more deeply. If you are a female or identify as female, this card represents your capacity to be strong and powerful and overcome limitations. Well, that was a really good message. I actually like that message. And what's interesting is we got the masculine hunter and we get the shield maiden, make plans and focus. It's a warrior type of Wednesday. Have a plan, strategy in place before moving forward. I agree. That's a great idea. I wouldn't move forward without a plan. The shield maiden is the female knight in shining armor. In many ancient traditions, women were seen as equal to men, and so joining them on their raids and fought with them on the battlefield. In this deck, the shield maiden brings a fiercely feminine energy, the power to be a warrior while retaining feminine sensitivity. She is ready to put her plan into action. She's ready to go into battle. Her medicine helps us move beyond an unsettled feeling when our plans start to take shape and follow through with our strategies in order to be where we want to be. Shield Maiden worked together in times gone by to create shield walls of protection. So she also shows us how to work with others in order to bring our plans to fruition. Taking some time to assess what your next step will be. All great warriors have a plan. You are a sensitive being, and if you are not prepared for the task you are taking on, you could end up feeling exposed and helpless. The ancestors' guidance that is coming to you now is a reminder that you have a warrior's heart and that you have it within you to be more prepared and focused than you have been recently. So have a strategy in place and then let your guide support you as you move forward. That's a perfect idea and a perfect plan. I completely agree. Now, the last one we got was the Fire Guardian, Ignite the Passion. Connect with your desires. The sparks could lead to something beautiful. The Fire Guardian represents the angel of fire. Fire is an energy that many people are afraid of, but shouldn't be. Burning desire can lead to great expansion. Allow the Fire Guardian to help you awaken a wilder side of yourself and burn away any fear or shame that stands between you and your desire. When this card appears, you are reminded that passion is powerful and absolutely encouraged by spirit. You are being guided by your angels to connect with the powerful energy of desire at this time. If you have recently set an intention to explore your sexual side or become more sexually open, the fire of desire can burn away in old setbacks. that are preventing you from expressing the part of your nature. If you are in a relationship, this card can indicate a great spiritual and sexual connection. Wow, going hunting, becoming a warrior, and getting all sexually crazy. What a day. What a way. Okay, now we got two of the Soul Helper oracles. And the one is a 42. It's a number 6. It's cross the bridge of happiness. It leads over the depths of your emotions. And this is a nice card. I mean, it's the holidays. It kind of looks like grandma's house, going across the bridge and feeling all happy and leaving your worries behind type of card. The bridge of happiness is your wisdom. It leads across the depths and clouded waters of your emotions. A bridge of happiness provides the chance to acknowledge your emotions and yet at the same time be sufficiently distanced from them now to always remain present and center in yourself. However, it also allows you enough proximity so that you never stop learning. The bridge of happiness is also a natural path, neither cold nor warm, neither rigid nor fragile, and yet offers secure footing. Only the wise may cross a bridge of happiness, as those who believe that earthly riches await them on the other side are still far from reaching the bridge, far from attaining maturity and wisdom. On the other side of the bridge is a desire that has been fulfilled love, security, and divine order. It is here that the wise among us will find silence and find themselves or find God. You have drawn this card because you have now reached such a bridge. It is time to cross it and reap its rewards. Let go of your illusions, all your constrictive thoughts about happiness and prosperity that limit you and hold you back. The way across the bridge is a path of meditation, and every step it will be a step of gratitude. You have drawn this card because you are standing at such a bridge. The path you have traveled may have been difficult and things may not always have been good, but your spiritual companions were there with you. They looked after you and guided you here, but they will not withdraw a little. And your path may lead behind you or times that were not always rosy, but your spiritual companions were there. They have been looking after you and have now guided you here. At this point, there are withdrawing a little. You have often been here before and yet have not acted wisely. So the bridge of happiness has simply dissolved and vanished into thin air. But now you have this card in your hand. It is an indication that no one can cross the bridge of happiness alone, since true happiness is a light that always resonates between at least two beings. Your soul helper oracles for the next 21 days is the power animals, the dragon, the herbal essence oil is the peppermint, healing crystal is the clear quartz, and the number is 6. Let's see what 6 has to say. The number 6 reveals that unity and attracting forces are now flowing into you. Make use of them to bring ideas and dreams to fruition. You will find courage and an unusual inner strength. Take a step forward and do not allow anything or anyone to stand in your way. You will be a conduit for the creation of the new things. This number's energy field is all about balance and the emerging of opposing energies. It brings love, health, happiness, profit, and the fulfillment of dreams. Wow, I love that. The next card we got was a 33. We've got a lot of master numbers today. We got a 22 and a 33. Listen to the eternal song of your soul. Tune into it and learn to trust it. And we have got this card before. She is beautiful. She's grounded. She's playing the harp and the tombstone of her ancestors, and the bird is there. And that is a beautiful card. And I remember a story about a bird and a cemetery. And it was my aunt, and she was looking for my grandmother's grave in the Erie Cemetery one day, and she couldn't find it. And she said, I'm about ready to give up, Grandma. I need to find your cemetery. And all of a sudden, there was a bird and it was over there, and there was her tombstone. So yeah, that is a beautiful message. Your soul is an eternal song, an everlasting melody that flows through the cosmos and has the power to touch everything. It knows neither time nor space, neither life nor death, which is precisely why it is here, where you are right now. Be aware of this. You are the soul. You are eternal, and you made the decision to be here at this moment. Whether you are content or otherwise will depend on whether you are on the path of your soul and whether you are attuned to it. It is only your soul path that you will find happiness or encounter true love, and only here to these treasures all lie waiting for you. Examine and review your soul path and your intentions with regard to it. It is important to be aware of that. Your soul is not within you, inside your body, but instead you are within your soul. Knowing this will help you be better able to sense your soul, to attune to it, since if you seek it within you, it will be in vain. Think of yourself increasingly as a soul light, great, radiant, and immersible, diverse in all your colors and vibrations. Your soul is the matrix of your truth, of your eternity. Learn to trust your soul. It has chosen this precise life as it saw the immense diversity that your present circumstances have to offer. Now is the time to stop railing against all these things. Acceptance is key and will open the door to your next step towards your destiny. Your soul helper oracles for the next 21 days is the power animals, the raven, the herbal essence is the tea tree oil, the master number is 33, and the healing crystal is the sapphire. Interesting. And the master number 33. The digits of the double number of the master number 33, 11, 22, etc. are not usually added together, but instead are regarded as having twice the power of the particular number. Given yourself the time to allow the number of the card to resonate through your body, visualize it in front of your heart and let it circle around your body. Don't try to control this, but instead simply observe where the number wants to go. Its position may bring important information. Yeah, those are great cards. I love these cards today. Um, we got another, let's see which one to do first. The Gateway of Light activation, we got one card. We got the Sword of Light, divine protection, cords cut, breakthrough energy. The Sword of Light is the main energetic tool of the Archangel Michael, the Prince of Heaven. His name means he who is like God, and he is considered Source's right-hand man. He is the archangel who is chosen to guide and protect all light workers. Anyone who is feeling called to make a difference on this planet can be guided and supported by him. The sword of light has been pictured as both a spear of light and a lightning bolt. Either way, it's a powerful symbol of truth and spiritual power. Even though it is carried by Michael, it can be invoked by all of those working in the light to help them move beyond blockage and limitations and to sever cords of fear. Joan of Arc invoked it when she was going into battle. When this card comes to you, know that it is confirmation that you are walking the path of light and responding to pre-incarnation soul contracts to make a difference on the planet. It's also a sign that you have the opportunity to serve connections to fears and limitations. Energetic cords bind us to situations, loved ones, and even the past. But you are in transition now and detaching from unnecessary connections, dramas, and fears. Know that there will be a great severing at this time, and you might feel isolated for a moment as you will be reconfiguring your circle of trust and moving into a life that is in greater alignment with your highest good. Know that the cords that bind you to loved ones and soul family will remain intact. It's only the lower vibrational connections that are being severed. Expect breakthroughs and doors of opportunity opening for you. If you feel strongly connected to Archangel Michael, know that his energy is with you now. I love that card, and that is a great message that we needed right now because we are going into the contracts that we had before we got here, and we are working the contracts and we are remembering. Um, we got two amazing, the Divine Master card. We got two amazing cards, and I can't wait to read these cards. We got Kuan Yin, Enlightened Action, Choose Compassion, Move Forward with Grace. And she's got the lotus flower at her heart. Kuan Yin, sometimes Kuan Yin, is a bodhisattva, a being of pure compassion and love, who is loved the world over, especially in the East. Bodhisattvas are part of the Buddhist tradition, but are very similar to the Western concept of angels being of light and brilliance, who will do anything they can to lead those who call on them into a space of peace and harmony. Kuan Yin has grace, and a pearl white light surrounds her. She can help you step into an embrace of care, forgiveness, and compassion. If we have been hurt or disrespected by another person, she will help us move into a non reactive space so that we can stay connected to the light as we move forward. If you're finding someone or something difficult at this time, the best way you can move forward is by going beyond seeking to understand why something is the way it is or someone is the way they are. It's time to move beyond the behavior, mistake, or challenges that are happening around you. Don't be pulled into the misery and fear that is coming to you from an outside source. Refuse to operate on that level. Choose to take enlightened action for sake of your own inner peace. Know that you can be compassionate and forgiving without having to excuse someone else's behavior. It's more about stepping into your own part and recognizing that you cannot allow your own wellness and peace to be affected by someone else's behavior or by the outcome of a situation that is beyond your control. Choose to move forward in your life with grace. Realize that if you allow yourself to get pulled in, it will only cause more hurt and anguish. And the best, most enlightened act you can perform is to move on with grace and forgiveness on as your North Star. The energy of Kuan Yin is here to guide you in a compassed, light-filled way. Ooh, I like that. We got one more card. We got Lady Venus, light activation, call to action, power surge, and earth mission. Check her out. She is cool. She's got blue eyes. They are so cool. And she's got flames, like rays coming out of her hair. Lady Venus is an advanced cosmic being of ascetic light dedicated to helping us connect with divine wisdom. She is an interplanetary representative of divine love and a bringer of a higher consciousness that will support the ascension of planet Earth. The twin flame of Santa Kumara, she is the queen of a cosmic race of light beings known as the Venetians. Yeah, we talked about the Venetians before. The Venetian energy is an advanced cosmic energy similar to that of angels, and the Venetians consider themselves our starry ancestors. When called upon, they can help us embark upon a personal mission to make a difference on this earth. Lady Venus, although maybe a lesser known divine master, will be there to help anyone who wants to dedicate their life to making a difference. When her card pops out for you, your life has hit this potential. For hundreds and thousands of years, those on earth have prayed for a better way. You were born in response to those prayers. You were called to earth on a mission. Everything you have faced, overcome, and healed from is preparation for leaving a legacy. You are someone who will make a great change. This work can be overwhelming, though, so the universe won't place an expectation or pressure on you. but just by making small shifts, you are showing those around you what is possible. If you feel you are constantly helping, healing, and guiding others, that's because this is a calling from deep within your soul. Lady Venus is here now to give you a surge of power and inspiration to take this work further. Wow, what a message today, guys. I think that was great. I loved the message. Um, and I just want to let everybody know that I love everybody very much. And may every step in your journey be magical. And guess what? Just be you.